General Hospital spoilers. Lulu's shocking pregnancy after one-night stand. Laura reels over scandalous baby daddy reveal. In a jaw-dropping twist that's set to shake the very foundations of Port Charles, General Hospital is pulling no punches this summer. Fans expecting a slow burn with Lulu Spencer's long-awaited return are in for a wild roller coaster ride instead. The beloved Spencer Cassadine legacy character, still healing from her coma and complicated past, now finds herself thrust into a storyline drenched in scandal, secrecy, and emotional devastation. Word count goal, 4,000 genre. Dramatic, spoiler-heavy, emotional. Let's dive into the full story. After spending nearly 3 years in a specialized coma care facility in France, Lulu Spencer finally started regaining not just her consciousness, but fragments of her personality, her fire, and yes, her impulsive side. On what was meant to be a quiet final night in Paris before returning to Port Charles, Lulu made what she thought was an anonymous, once-in-a-lifetime mistake. A mysterious yet charming stranger, later revealed to be Dr. Bennett Ross, a brooding neurosurgeon from Geneva, shared drinks, secrets, and ultimately, a night of passion with Lulu. It was reckless. It was emotional. And it was entirely uncharacteristic of the Lulu we used to know. What Lulu didn't expect was a parting gift far more permanent than a memory. Weeks later, safely back in Port Charles and slowly reintegrating into her family's life, Lulu began experiencing severe fatigue and nausea. Maxie, being the ever-observant best friend, insisted she take a pregnancy test. The result? Positive. Lulu Spencer is pregnant. The moment Lulu saw the 2 pink lines, her world spun. She hadn't even told anyone about her night with Bennett. How could she explain that while still emotionally tied to Dante, while trying to rebuild her place as a mother, daughter, and woman, she made a mistake that now had life-altering consequences? Laura Collins was overjoyed when Lulu returned home, but her joy quickly turned to concern. Lulu was hiding something. Her mood swings, her silence, her distracted looks all became too obvious. At first, Laura assumed it was PTSD from waking up to a world where her children had grown older, her love life had disappeared, and her place in Port Charles had shifted. But when Lulu collapsed in the middle of Kelly's diner and was rushed to General Hospital, the truth came spilling out in the form of an ultrasound. "She's 9 weeks pregnant," Portia said gently. Laura was stunned. But when she saw Lulu's face, a mixture of guilt, panic, and uncertainty, her maternal instincts kicked in. "Who's the father?" Laura asked softly. Lulu couldn't speak. She simply shook her head. When Dante Falconeri, Lulu's longtime love and the father of her son Rocco, found out about the pregnancy, his reaction was heartbreakingly calm. He'd held on to hope for so long. When Lulu woke up, a piece of him believed they could rebuild. But this baby, meant her heart and body had moved on, even if her mind hadn't yet. "I want you to be happy, Lulu," Dante said quietly. "But I can't be the man standing by while you carry someone else's child." Lulu tried to apologize. She begged him to understand, to give her time. "It was one night. I didn't even know I was ready for that kind of intimacy again." But Dante had already walked away. Meanwhile, Maxie, never one to accept vague answers, began digging into Lulu's timeline in Paris. With a few well-placed calls, she discovered the identity of the man Lulu had spent that night with, and what she found was horrifying. Dr. Bennett Ross wasn't just a neurosurgeon. He was also under investigation for multiple counts of medical fraud, illegal stem cell experimentation, and was rumored to have ties to an underground pharmaceutical cartel that had been targeting vulnerable patients in Europe. When Laura found out, she was livid. This wasn't just about Lulu making a mistake. This was about her daughter possibly being manipulated or worse, used. "This man is a criminal," Laura said, trembling with anger. "You're having the child of someone who should be in prison." But Lulu, now visibly pregnant and emotionally entangled, refused to see it that way. "He was kind to me. I didn't know who he really was. But this baby? This baby is innocent." The rift between mother and daughter deepened. Laura, who had always been Lulu's rock, found herself unable to support her daughter's decision to keep the baby without first severing all ties to Bennett Ross. You can keep the baby, but you cannot let that man near you. If he comes to Port Charles, I will personally make sure he's arrested." Lulu's response was simple but firm. "You can't protect me from everything. I have to make peace with my decisions. And if Bennett wants to be in this child's life, I won't stop him." This created a tense standoff. Kevin tried to mediate, but the damage had been done. Laura saw the baby as a symbol of danger and betrayal. Lulu saw the baby as her second chance, a new chapter, even if it came from a mistake. Maxie, Britt, and even Brooklyn tried to plan a quiet baby shower for Lulu, hoping to lift her spirits. But things took a shocking turn when a mystery man showed up, posing as a delivery driver, only to be identified by Felicia as Bennett Ross himself, now under a fake name. Security rushed in, but Lulu blocked their path. "Don't touch him. He's the father of my child." Pandemonium erupted. Laura showed up moments later, furious and devastated. "You let him come here? To my town?" "He's not what you think," Lulu started. "He is exactly what I think," Laura snapped. "And you are risking everything by protecting him." The days after the incident were filled with tension. Laura moved out of the Spencer home, claiming she needed time. Kevin, stuck in the middle, watched helplessly as the mother-daughter bond frayed like never before. Lulu was left alone to prepare for motherhood again, but this time without Dante, without Laura, and with only a few friends daring to remain by her side. But she was determined. "I've faced Cassadines, brain injuries, and waking up to a world I barely recognize. I will face this too. This child is mine, and I will not be ashamed of that." Her words echoed a mix of vulnerability and strength, reminiscent of the fearless Lulu of old. Adding fuel to the fire, Nicholas returned to town with a dire warning. He'd been researching Bennett Ross and discovered a dark secret. Ross was not just a rogue surgeon. He was part of a mysterious branch of the Victor Cassidy network, a sleeper operative whose mission may have involved targeting key Spencer family members for manipulation or genetic harvesting. "He was meant to find you, Lulu. You were the experiment." Nicholas' words hit like a thunderbolt. Could it be true? Was her pregnancy orchestrated? DNA tests confirmed that the fetus had abnormal markers, none dangerous, but highly unique. Victor's obsession with legacy and manipulation suddenly seemed far from over. Even in death, Laura's fear surged back stronger than ever. With months to go before delivery, Lulu is now at the center of a war she never asked for. Laura has filed a petition for guardianship, trying to secure emergency legal protections for the unborn baby if Bennett Ross attempts to claim paternity. Meanwhile, Bennett, still on the run but still in love with Lulu, sent a chilling letter. "They wanted me to use you. I didn't. What we had was real. I will protect you, and our child, from them all." Lulu is torn. Is he telling the truth? Or is this part of a deeper manipulation? But in the end, it's her own voice that cuts through the noise. "I'm bringing this child into the world on my own terms. Whether it's a blessing or a consequence, it's still a life. My life. And no one, mother, lover, or ghost of the Cassadines, gets to control that." Maxie stumbles upon a file that could clear Bennett, or condemn him for life. Laura secretly contacts Anna Devane for help in tracking the Cassadine-affiliated network. Dante has second thoughts when Rocco asks about the new baby and whether he'll be a big brother. Victor's voice is heard in a posthumous video left for Nicholas, alluding to the Spencer key, a genetic heirloom tied to Lulu's unborn child. A stormy birth in the cliffs above Spoon Island may be the ultimate test of Lulu's strength and her baby's fate. Lulu's shocking pregnancy isn't just a plot twist, it's a statement. General Hospital is ushering in a new generation of drama, deeply tied to the show's core legacy, with suspense, secrets, and emotional stakes at an all-time high. With Laura disapproving, Dante walking away, and a mysterious villain father in hiding, fans can only buckle up and watch as Lulu takes control of her destiny. The question is, will she rise? Or will this child mark her ultimate fall? Stay tuned. Port Charles will never be the same.